Hello, my friends, and happy Kaiju July. I am so very excited to be sharing this with you today. We are looking at my favorite Frank Miller story, and we got amazing artwork by Geof Darrow here. We're looking at Big Guy and Rusty the Boy Robot. This book is so much fun, and the artwork is phenomenal. And we're just going to be looking at every single page in this book and enjoying all this rich, detailed artwork of monsters and robots clashing. Because what more could you want than that? And I love this dude's design so much, and the way his helmet looks kind of like a hard hat there. So fun. But kicks off with this really cool science experiment showing the hubris of man. And I love the details of this talking monkey in the science lab and how he's nervous and fidgety. But we got this primordial ooze coming to life and turning into a giant monster. What's not to like about that? How cool is that? I love the design of this thing. Like, look at that with the multiple arms there. Really cool colors too. And just looking at all the details on every single panel. Every page is filled with nothing but detail. And I tell you what, that makes this book so rich. So fun to read. Oh, this right here too. I love. Let's take a look at that. I love how we see his tongue coming out as part of that creature we see and eating these people. Real brutal. Super cool. The dialogue in this is phenomenal. The number of alliterations that are used, especially by the villainous kaiju creature, are just phenomenal. I love it so very much. His dialogue is despicable and delicious and sometimes delirious. And I mean, look at that. That's so cool. His saliva mutates people and turns them into monsters themselves. Look at this sick nightmare. Oh, so radical. I love the horrified faces of the people. And look at all this carnage going on. So richly detailed. So cool. I love how we can see all the different civilians getting attacked in various different ways by all the monsters. I like this guy with his tongue coming out and grabbing the dude's leg. And he's like holding for dear life on the other fella. And like, what's going on with this lady here? That's no good. And I love the look of this guy's face with this monster just jumping right up on him. Like, you see what I'm saying? That's so fun right there. So much detail. And of course, we got a little Ultraman right there in the ramen. I thought that was a fun little Easter egg. I've read this book so many times, and I always find new little tiny details hidden throughout. And it's just so much fun. And this is what I'm talking about, loving comic books, is stuff like this. Playing with the word boxes with the arrows there and everything like that's cool. I dig that. But the dialogue in this is just wonderful, and the art is just like mind-blowingly good. But that's what this dude does, is he just draws the coolest stuff ever, and I see it like once every 3 years. But with art this good, take as long as you want. But so fun. I love this page right here with the back and forth and him destroying things as he's talking. And we see this creature is formidable. Nothing can stand up to him. He is just ravaging everything. He's pretty much every evil Godzilla incarnation we've ever seen, amped up to 11 and like filtered with a super villain. You know, because he's making all these glorious speeches. And here we have Japan unveiling their last line of defense because their military's failed. The prototype, Rusty the Boy Robot. And I love this cute little Astro Boy type figure running out. And his dialogue's so good, just as far as being totally different. This evil monster is so good. He's such a despicable villain. But this fella is adorable, like darn tootin' rowdy. Just talking and using such fun little speak. But absolutely wonderful monster fights. I love this here too with the cartoony spinning around his head because he's just got knocked around like that. That's all kinds of fun. I like that. Oh, that's cute. Look at. And here we have, towards the end, this fella here decides to put aside his nation's pride and calls for help from the American superhero. And that's what we got at the end of the first issue is Rusty gets his butt kicked after he finally gets into action. And we just get the glimpse of Big Guy. Of course, we've seen him, and we know him from all the cover art and things we see. And it's just a great way to, like, if you weren't already hooked to find out what happens next issue, you got to see what happens with Big Guy. And I love this for my collected edition I have here. These spacer pages. It's just so cute with him peeling away the page, and we can see it's the same page that's right behind it. But then we turn over here and we have him peeking and waving hi from the other side. It's just adorable. I love that a lot. But we got the introduction of Big Guy here as his ship blasts off, and this kicks so much ass when we see him right there in his big old cockpit, and he's a mammoth of a bot too, I tell you what. And this guy giving his speech as he's saluting him as he rockets off is so good. It's just so good. And like, wowza, look at that. So cool. All the detail and destruction going on these pages. As Big Guy drops his bombs on all the monsters that are running around and swarming the city. And this guy, like, so devastating. Just the detail, man. It blows my mind. This guy's so good. And I love this panel too, where he drops out of his ship and he's just holding those two big old missiles. And how great is that? He just chucks them in the monster's nose. Kaboom! Ugh! So cool. But he's still got other monsters to contend with, the smaller sized ones, but he's holding back because he knows these are still people, just mutated ones. And all the firepower too. This page, this panel right here, has his arms bust in half. That's so radical. I mean, Born Again is pretty good, and nobody can argue that Sin City isn't a uh, just a masterpiece of just making a thing. But man, like year one, whatever. This is the most fun I've ever had reading Frank Miller. And as I'm reading it, I just feel nothing but joy. This is a celebration of comic books in every form, but also a celebration of classic Japanese culture, and just as far as like the tokusatsu, the anime, the just the wonderful Japanese influences that have captured imaginations worldwide and make us love everything about this stuff. That's what this book is. It's fully embracing. It just fills me with joy. I don't know how else I can say it. This is just a wonderful book. The artwork is so cool. I would say beautiful, but like there's ugliness in the beauty. But yeah, man, it is just beautiful. Just the amount of detail and the craft put into every panel. Like you don't see that just every day. Yeah, you could say this is like a disaster porn, and maybe it might appear that way if we're just looking at the visuals. But if you're actually paying attention to the text and everything, like this going on here is just so cool. Just the narration going on, even ignoring the dialogue, but like. Trapped commuters can only gaze and wonder at the stunning spectacle that unfolds before them. For generations to come, parents will tell their children of the gleaming gladiator who arrived at Tokyo's darkest hour. The story will pass from mother to son, from father to daughter, from grandchild to great-grandchild. It is a day none shall forget. Shocked, shaken spectators will tell how pavement shattered like paper, how the gladiator rose from the earth, undaunted, determined in his steely burden in tow. They will tell all who will listen of the words he spat, with an anger that he knew no fear. Like, come on! That's so cool. That's what I'm talking about. I love comic books. That is so cool. Dude lassos the monster with the subway and throws him in from space into the ocean where they shoot a nuke at it. It's the freaking coolest. It's so awesome. And I love this. Japan just they just give big guy their rusty prototype. He wasn't too much help in battle, but it's a good PR relations thing, and they don't know what to do with him. And it's so fun. We don't, and that's the end of the book. It's just wonderful. It's just this great fight with a bunch of cool artwork and really good, sharp writing and fantastic dialogue, featuring these retro-styled characters that just really came from fun sketches and pinups and turned into a comic. And I really dig it. These covers and pinups are wonderful too. Like, how can you not like it? This is so silly. What a crock. So cool. Such a goofy McDonald's riff. And this is so funny too, because this "don't buy" tie keeps coming up later in all the sketches too. And what a gag for something to be referencing. Oh, this one, I really love this one, the moon pig. My daddy the dinosaur, that just cracks me up too. Like, this is a good gag page. I love it, but every time I go through this book, my eyes are always immediately drawn to this one. Like, the little baby in its mouth just kills me. And like, see, here we got, you got the "don't buy" tie t-shirts the dudes are wearing there. So funny. And what a cover this is right here too, I tell you what. Here we have a fun little backup story about a monster attack on the 4th of July. And I love the fact that there's so much frantic chaos going on. All this beautiful artwork here and detailing, but the real details are in just how awful everyone looks here. Like, I love how no one's really paying attention or caring. And Rusty's just trying to play crowd control. But like the details of the crowds are just so fun, because it's wonderful. Everyone looks like real people. They don't look like supermodels or glamorous. We got old ladies, old fat ladies, gross middle-aged trashy ladies. I love this dude here with his just freaky hair. And there's this one guy, yeah, he's really funny too. I remember looking at him and laughing a bit. But the guy I'm thinking of was on another page too. But like all the tattoos on everybody, just all the wrinkles, and it's like shirtless people in shorts at the beach. Like, that's definitely a good spot to show details and things. Like, oh, like, just look at this lady's legs there, and the skin on her underarms, and there's a bird just perched on her. Yeah, this is the guy I remember here, where he's got that's who I was thinking of from before. He's got that wicked tan line from his tank top, and look at his horrible tattoos. But we have all this carnage going on at the beach, and not a person seems to be paying attention or caring. And oh, what am I doing? I should just be having the camera right up in every panel. Look at this panel. I love this right here. No time to read you the Constitution, but I can give you a taste of the Second Amendment and my right to bear arms. And of course he's got all those Gatling guns coming out of his elbow. That's the best. America, 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 fuck yeah, come again, you motherfucking dare yeah. But we get this great double page to end it on with them being warned about an alien attack in, what was it, Iowa? And so they gotta go save the dairy cows, and they rush off. And we get all the wonderful details of just how awful and ugly everyone is, and they're all doing their own thing in their own world, but not paying a lick of attention to all of this madness, which I just find absolutely hilarious. And just, I chuckle a bunch. So here we got a bunch of pinups, which is really cool, because we end up getting some by other artists too, which is fun. Not that I would be disappointed if this whole book was filled up by Geof Darrow artwork, because dear Lord is it good. Look at this zombie bot too. Oh man, he's nasty looking. And this is a fun just character pinup. Ah, and this is great right there. Oh, that's real cool. Yeah, I love that. This guy's awesome too. And this is pretty funny. It's not the crossover we asked for, but I ain't gonna turn it down. I like too that it's not the traditional Spawn we see in the comic book either, as if this is Spawn from their world or what have you. You know, like his outfit looks a little bit more like that prototype Spawn outfit there was, and it just looks a bit more traditional hero cartoony, which fits in with the world of these guys. So I like that a lot. That's fun. And this is really radical too, this double page. I really like the details with the arms on the arms. And like, look at that mouth right there. It's so gross, like coming out right of his crotch. And just having like a skeletal form there partly. Real nasty. That's what's fun about these books, is the artwork getting detailed, and that's fun there too. That says it's Joe Quesada, so that's pretty rad. That's funny, all the details too on the buildings, like the little ice cream dude there. But hey, we just went through this book, every single page, and I managed to ramble through the entire thing. I love this book so much. It's an absolute delight. I have so much fun every time I pick it up, and it just brings me to a better place than I was before I grabbed the thing. So I hope you had a lot of fun going through this book with me as well. And if you ever get the chance to pick this up and you don't have it, like I can't recommend it highly enough. It's just so much fun.